All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Sorry for the delay. Puppy uh, decided to be a little goofy, but we are here. Um, yeah, today we're doing something a little different. Let's see if I can slide this over here. There we go. I'm off today, so I've been I just started a new project, which I think is interesting. Um, it is a text adventure using QuestJS. So that's what we're gonna kind of mess with today. I've had this idea in my head for a couple of years. I've wrote it in a couple different engines. I'd started in Unity, and then I took it to Adventure Game Studio to make it a full point and click, but I just didn't have the artistic ability to do all the backgrounds, all the character animations. But I can write text, so it's easy enough to do. So we're gonna mess with this a little bit, see how this goes, and yeah, mess with that. So let me cut over here. And we got Ollie Cam back up. Oliver Cam. There he is. Sleepy boys. The sleepiest little boys right here. We got the Ollie Cam. So yeah. So I'm just going to work on some of these descriptions today. I want to see if I can get some of the first couple puzzles done. Yeah, we're gonna mess with it. I guess I should put up a link or something. We'll mess with it later. If someone wants it, I'll paste it in chat. Not a big deal. But okay, let's see what we got here. This is going to drive me nuts. Mix a single and double quotes. So let's go ahead and put those in. I'm sorry for using my headset mic today. Just because I need the entire screen. Like I'm not setting up the condenser. Okay. Word wrap here. There we go. We won't do a listen override here. I think that's fine. Oh, that's right. So there was a question. Do we make these? Hmm. Tell you what, we'll leave that alone for now. But let's take a look at the documentation. Let's see if we can get one of the puzzles set up. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I need to open the documentation too. 1 second. My documentation, I should say. C1 R8. It should be R8. R6. The location should be R8. R8. And then our starting area should be R8. Beautiful. Okay, and we want to go back to the cryo bay. Python habits die hard. This will be lock door. The key will be your ID card. And then that will be between Z1 R8 and Z1 R5, which is our 8 VM. And then we got the other things like our examine. two locations. So you can give the alias if you want to. The door must be after the room, which it is. And then, yep, by exit. And then by default, it's scenery. Okay. So let's give that a shot. Okay, that works. So it doesn't recognize the door. So I go southeast now. There's got to be a way to set that task. Yeah, it just says you unlock the aft atrium. Excuse me. Which makes me wonder, can we actually examine southeast? It doesn't list it as like an object in the room. It does what I want it to do, but it doesn't. Is there like an on use? I mean, that worked, but This isn't the atrium. Even though the alias said so. Oh, CP babies. Okay. Where's our atrium? Cryopay. I think it's 5. Sorry, all. This hacky garbage is almost done. So close. So I did have an idea. Oh shit, I've been talking with a closed mic. Boo hiss. That's okay. That's not what I wanted. You know what? I don't want a browser source. I just want another window capture. That's what I want. Window capture. Human debug. See, this doesn't need to be this bloody big. This is gonna go down. Shoot. That can stay. Aim and debug. So you can see me. There we go. There. There it is. Okay, so this is what it actually looks like here. So we go south, like, look, southeast. There's definitely an exit that way, but it doesn't see the door. The door should be part of the scenery. So we could flag it as scenery. I mean, we want it to be interactable, but I want people to see that there's a door there. So there should be like a scenery flag. Okay, so I guess you just add it. Make the object scenery, so it will not appear in room description. Say when the user does look, but the player can still interact with it. You can also set it to a string, in which case the string will be appended to the room description rather than being listed. We flagged it as, there we go. Setting so scenery and side panes does not appear in the list in the side panes. Okay. So let's do that. Let's add this. I'm assuming this is also a true flag. We'll see, it'll yell at me otherwise. Alright. Alright, I think that's it. I don't think we need to flag it as anything else. So loc is gonna be Z1R5 scenery. Right in the front. Comma. Examine. Let's add a comma here too. So I need to think of a name for this corporation. So we're just putting Space Corp in there. For now, we'll do a find and replace if we come up with a name. I'll add a note. I don't know. It's just flavor for now. And then what we want to do, this is such a point and click bullshit puzzle, but basically I want the character or the player to find a large coin, and they don't have any tools yet, but they need to unscrew something. I forget what this is from. It might be what's it called? Full Throttle. But they need a coin to unscrew something. But the coin's, in this case, the coin is too big. So they're going to have to buy a soda and get the change back to get a smaller coin. Oh, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. But we'll see. We'll see how this happens. We'll see what happens here. Alright. Let's see if we can actually find the soda machine. And let's see how the scenery reacts. Okay. The examine attribute is neither a string nor a function. It looks like a string. It looks like a bloody string. What are you talking about? Unless I never put it in there. Well, alright, let's see. So we're going to have to open the cryopod. Oops. Get the ID card. Okay. So it does list the exit here. The door. It doesn't list it here. So let's go back to our door to the cryopod. Here. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to start unifying singular double quotes. So, boy, is it gonna drive me insane. Separate. Sepa. Good. Okay, cool. there's no space here. There we go. I still want to customize that message. So I spell it right. And I need to put the alias in for the... That's in the atrium. Okay. Aft atrium. Yeah, here we go. Alias. Drink vending machine. I wonder if I can give myself inventory. I feel like I should be able to. And that'd be ID card. Let's see if it'll let me to do it. Nope. Wishful thinking. Oh shoot, you know I didn't run? Streamer bot. Which means if anyone's talking to me, I have not heard it. No one is, but... Little goober. Alright. So we need to get a function in place. Number one, I have to give myself the ID card. I just don't want to futz with it. I don't want to have to go into the cryopod for debugging all the time. So that's silly. How do I give myself this thing immediately? And do I have to set myself up after I set up the ID card? Is it throwing any console errors? And you guys can't see the dev console either. That's okay. It's not throwing any console errors, so it's taking it as valid. Let's look at like starting inventory or something like that. items, pretty straightforward. Wearable, loc. I wonder if I could do loc player. Let's do that. Okay. I think it would do that, right? So if we do loc player. It does not. It does not give it to me. At least it's not under items held. So I go southeast. It's gonna, yeah, okay. Boo hiss. Loc me? I don't think you're a location, which is why it's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, it does. Okay. So, yeah, let me add an alias in there for player, myself, player. That's gonna drive me nuts if it's me. Car. Oh no, I have overrides. Okay, there we go. Loc player. Makes me feel better. Less insane. Okay. Okay, it does not like that. It does not like that. So that's not a valid alias, apparently. Alright, let's keep it as me. Silly, silly. Me. Okay. There it is. It's back. Examine. Alright, so now we go southeast. Alright, cool. I want to style this a little bit. First off, let's get dark mode going, because this hurts my eyes, especially shifting between this and the other thing. So if we can go dark mode. Dark mode. There was like a UI thing I was looking at. Images, sounds, custom UI elements, dark mode, custom keys, no, that's fine. Templates, locks, commands, mechanisms, uploading, general settings. UI. That doesn't help. That just leads back to the root. Is that broken? Yes, it's broken. Okay. The UI. UI. There it is. Okay. Side panes, miscellany. Custom UI features. Yeah, we were looking at. Images, sounds. Yep, that's fine. Styling with CSS, that's fine. I swear to God, there's something to look at. I saw it. It's like setting dark mode. Command power, character creation, other example dialogues. This is not bad. Let's take a look at this, because I know I want to do some stuff up front. Display none, cons table, walkthrough, menu responses. A large number of options in a table. For example, the player is selecting a dress. They have a combination of style and color. Okay. Um, yeah, okay. So that's not too bad. We gotta build the HTML strings from scratch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. User params, styling. Let's go to styling. Okay. Colors. Font name, class, dialogues. You can put spoken text inside a dialogue directive, which also add quote marks. It has 3 modes. Okay. Single quotes are used, but you can modify more to the liking. Dialogue within the class, so you can set the dialogue specifically. Commands, link, images, pop up. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to look at that a little more. But I still want the dark mode. What was it? I mean, I've started looking through so much of this now. Custom UI elements. Update init, custom keys. No, this is not it. Styling. No, we looked at this. Controlling text, using parameters, custom directives. You're looking here. Amen. Here we go. Oh. Did not do the thing. Dark. Ugh. I just need wherever it is. We'll look at it later, I guess. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. I wonder if I can search for this. Nope. If I search the whole repo. Can I just search the wiki? Is there a way I can just search the wiki? dark mode. Nope. Boo hiss. Do we have to put Copilot everywhere? It drives me nuts. Alright, so I think it was under UI or something like that. Custom UI, code guidelines, UI the main screen. Here we go. Oh, nice! Okay. Okay. That'd be fun. Input commands are repeated on screen. Yeah, okay. Let's do these. This is wild. I love this. So, these are engine settings. We'll call this text settings. Text settings. Text input. I want this to be a pipe. Nah. We'll make it a caret. Or whatever this is. Command echo, typewriter false. We could do true. Let's see what it looks like. Plunk for disembing, show menu with numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I do love this. So I just love a simple exits on the exit row. This reminds me more of Iron Realm stuff. What are you doing? Do you look at this? Bubba, you're being indecent. This wild child. Alright. I do love that we can do this. Let me double check that this is actually a thing we can do. Okay, yeah. Alright, cool. So scenery, if we can color the scenery different, like one of the things here, this is a game I played a lot as I was growing up, and I love the coloring in this. Damn it! It won't let me show. It won't show me a good image, but you can kind of see how the room name, the description, scenery items, and then the exits are all different colors to help disambiguate them. Like, I really want to do that. Yeah, here we go. I wish there were images, but yeah, I think that would be sweet. So we could do something like that. That would be pretty cool. Also, everything else I do is dark mode, right? I'm deving in dark mode. My GitHub is in dark mode. I hate that my game is black text on white. It's just, it drives me nuts. I hate being that dude, but man, it drives me nuts. Alright. So, let's see. I don't think... So if we go southeast, the typewriter thing isn't working. If it is, it's very, very fast. Yeah, it's just not working. Let's make sure all our rooms are still connected. Yep. Okay. And I think we might actually move these rooms to the east and west as opposed to the northeast and northwest. It doesn't matter. I'll mess with the map another day. I don't love the look of this map, but you can customize it. It's not a huge deal. Right now it's just there for so we know where the heck we are. Because right now everything is like sharing the same description as I copied and pasted each room template out and renamed it. There's no room title. Where the hell are the room titles? Oh, did I override it with the room template? I think I did. Let's take a look at that doc again. Yeah, okay. That looks good. Here name. Yep. There. That looks good. Make that capital. I think that's fair. Objects. The alternate adds a room name as a heading, allowing terse or brief or verbose to control the room description. It also has no exit list. You also do a lot with this about playing the to-do attribute of each location to flag still needs to work with to-do. Alright, so terse, objects, if not settings, play mode, play, if exists, current location, to-do. Flag it. To flag it, it still needs work. But not when in play mode. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I didn't know you could flag to-do. That's really helpful. That's pretty cool. So let's refresh. There we go. Beautiful. Now we got the names. We've got our exit list. Oh, you guys can't see this. There we go. But this looks a little better. Name, description, scenery, items, and exits. So you can see all this. We got our ID card. So we don't have to. We'll put that back in the pod. But I'll tell you what. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. We've been going for an hour. I'm gonna take a very, very short break, and we'll be right back. I'll leave you guys with Oliver as he scratches himself. But yeah, I shall return. Okay, we're back. Just wanted to get more coffee. Use the restroom real quick. Ollie. Oh no, you were chewing on a... You were chewing on a chair? Ugh. Bad boy. Alright. I still would love to get dark mode up and running. Hey, what's going on, Wargame Peace? We're working on it. It's coming along. We've got some stuff going on. Right now we basically got half of Act 1, at least the rooms in place. The descriptions still need to be cut for a lot of these. There are a lot of copy and paste for now, just building out the structure. But we've got, I think, like 10 or 11 rooms so far. I'm working on setting up some puzzles. Oops, shit. I minimized it. There we go. Yeah, here's what we have so far. So we can like examine stuff. I mean, you can also just type. It'll do the same thing. I gave myself the ID card, but normally that's going to be in the cryopod. But yeah, we've got... Like I said, you can see a lot of dupe descriptions for now. Yeah. East, south, north, west. Southwest. There we go. There. So, we'll have about another 1, 2, 3, 6, 10 rooms up top. I'm thinking maybe like 80 to 100 rooms in total. Basically, it's going to be kind of a cosmic horror sort of game. You've been in cryo sleep for a couple of years. You headed out to Jupiter as part of a corporate, like a megacorp exploration mission to Europa. And I think there's going to be 3 acts. There's going to be the first act is going to be on the ship. The second act, there's going to be kind of an orbital space station you'll have to dock at first, and then shuttle down to the planet. And then the third act will be on, well, not the planet, but the moon of Jupiter, Europa. And then you'll be exploring kind of the surface of Europa, where you'll find cosmic horrors and I don't know. There's some ideas. I don't want to like say too much, But yeah, that's kind of the idea. There's probably an evil AI. I'm thinking about having some sort of sanity mechanics, some sort of oxygen mechanic, maybe even. Exactly, yes. Something along those lines. Whether we go like the roadside picnic sort of way, and aliens have left something on Europa that's causing us to go crazy, and technology is beyond our control and it makes us lose our sanity, or maybe the AI is like kind of the Wayland Yutani thing where they're like purposely putting people in danger to kind of claim the technology, or we find the cosmic horror Cthulhu-esque creature in the seas of Europa, or maybe the technology made that creature. Who knows? I'm still up in the air. I have a pretty good idea of how I want the first act to go so far, so we're just trying to get that in place and see how that pans out, and then kind of going from there. But yeah, we just did a couple, just filling out some objects right now, filling out some descriptions. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to do. There's a lot going on now with AI and Palantir and all this stuff. That'd be interesting to do kind of a I have no mouth, but I'm a scream sort of giant evil AI. It'll probably be on itch.io once it's done, and if I can wrap it, I'd love to sell it for like $2 on Steam, just to say I have a game in the Steam store. It's all built. Actually, AWOL showed me this, so I got to give AWOL a lot of credit. But it's built off the Quest 5 engine converted to JavaScript. So it runs completely natively in the browser. So it's literally just JavaScript and HTML. So it can kind of be whatever. But yeah, you can pull this, you can start messing with it. Room construction's pretty simple. Here, I'll go back to the code here. Pull this up. So like here's a player, you got some synonyms. Regex, me, myself, player. Your examine, we'll probably set that. This doesn't work, so we can... Actually, let's do this. Sanity, 100. Oxygen, 100. I wonder if these will populate on the side. They probably won't, but we can mess with that later. Regions are like collections of rooms, and you can specify different interactions for like the entire region. So in this case, if you smell or listen or look at the floor, wall, or ceiling, you'll get these unless they're overridden. And then here's like a room creation here. So create room. I have a Visio diagram where I have them labeled by zone and room number, because it makes my life easier. I can look at the Visio and kind of go, okay, here's the rooms, here's the zones. In this case, the engine bay, description, and then here's like what they're calling backscene overrides. So things like the smell and if you examine the floor, the walls, or the ceiling, these will appear when you do that. So these are overrides of the default ones. And then exits, so like north, new exit, and then the room you're going to. So in this case, this goes to life support, so Z1R3. And that's pretty much it. To make objects and stuff, they're just different constructors. So like, here's a space soda machine, a drink vending machine. It's in the atrium. We're gonna give it a name. We're gonna give it a location. I'm gonna give it an alias, and then what the scenery looks like, so what it's gonna look like in the room, and then an examination text. But yeah, pretty straightforward. What are you doing? There are a lot of people put up things in, I think it's like textadventures.co.uk. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, here you go. So here's the, there's a bunch of them over here. Sorry. But there's some people. There's like 4 or 5 maintainers on this particular port. And they have updates up to July, so I mean they're keeping it fairly current, relatively so. So if I can get, like I said, maybe 60 to 80 room game out of it, I will be excited. Are you tearing the heck out of your toy? Yes, he is. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be fun to kind of mess with, and it gives me something to do. Now it's just building the puzzles and putting the story in place, but so far it's been pretty straightforward. I mean, if it's something you want to work on, let me know. I've got it all up in GitHub. Oh god, I got something. I mean, not particularly. So I looked back at some of my notes, and I started this project 2 years ago, and it's been idle for about a year and 10 months. I look back at some of my early notes for the design documentation, and it was literally like September 23rd, 2023. So it was almost exactly 2 years ago I started messing with. I haven't been working on it for that long. I probably worked for a couple weeks, put it down, and just recently, as of this week, I've reported everything and started outlaying this using QuestJS yesterday. But I had all the design documents, I had the Visios, I had everything I kind of put together initially for the idea. And actually, some of the early iteration stuff is here. So I know. So these are the early room layouts for some of the, like this is Act 1. I've kind of trimmed it down from this. Oops, there we go. You can see these are all, they've had water and stuff spilt on them. But yeah, this will be, I think, the station. No, this is the base on Europa. This is the orbital station. But yeah, I don't know. I just so I started in Unity. I found a tutorial in Unity on building a text adventure. I said, that's great. Let me mess with this, and I got a good deal into it. But I wasn't in love with Unity. Like, I don't think you need Unity to build a text adventure. It seems heavy-handed. And I started making it in... Oh, did you just go to the bathroom? No. Okay. Don't go pee-pee. Come on. And I started remaking it in Adventure Game Studio, which is essentially Scum. Like, it's made for point and click. And then I realized I'm kind of a terrible artist. So by the time I developed the initial character animation using like a sprite, I realized I would have to make a bunch of these plus all the animations for any of the interactions. Plus, I started making like rough outlines of the backgrounds, and I got essentially this far with it. But then I said, 3/4 of my time is going to be an art asset creation, and I'm not that good. I'm not good enough to do it. It'll look really amateurish. I think I still have it all. Let me see. I think I still have it here. Let's see. This will be fun to look at. AGS, Flight of the Endurance. Audio cache completed. Let's see. It might be an art. Art. VSTs. I don't know where the hell my art went. I had art for it, but anyway. Long story short, I just didn't have, I don't think I had the ability. Yeah, here we go. Here's some of the backgrounds, like, that I had put on. Like, they're just not great. Like, I'm just not good enough, you know? Like, I still might do that. I just, you know, the thing about this is I can still have all the text adventure stuff and then put up an image to the side or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't in love with it, and I don't know. It just wasn't. You know, you have to animate the character, at least in AGS. You could probably do it pure text parser, but if you were to do the animated side, you'd still have to. Yes, he peed. Okay. Do the other stuff, which just became too much of a time sink for me. So we'll see. I don't know. I've even. I probably won't do this, but I was thinking about maybe leveraging AI for some of these scenes. Yeah, well, no, it'll just be a second, but I don't know. I don't know if it's something I really want to spend my time doing. I might just rather mess with this, do more tech stuff. Especially because I don't think anyone's going to necessarily pay for it. Like if I could commission an artist, I would do that, but I don't have like $500 to spend on assets. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get there. If all goes well here, we'll talk about making a second one. At least this I can just kind of steam ahead on my own, and I feel pretty comfortable with it. I am going to put audio and music in there. I'll write some music for it. I'll cut some sound effect files, or use some open source sound effect libraries for things like Engine, or I'll mess with synthesis. Oh, sorry. The crud is almost gone. I still got a little more crud in my lungs, but... riveting stream content here. Phil cleaning up puppy pee. Wash my hands real quick. All right. Sir, you do not help me. Quit trying to eat my chair. Alright, we're back. We'll see about the AI thing. I thought maybe about using it just for inspiration, then maybe trying to do some art. But if I can at least, if I can do the music, and if I can do the sound effects, that'll be pretty good. That'll feel like I'm doing something, right? I'll have some creativity there. I think it'll pair pretty well. Build nice full descriptions of rooms. Make it feel alive with some NPC movement. Do some other things. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can make that work. And then we'll see about the art. But let's, if I get the game in place, we can always enhance it later. We'll do the enhanced edition 10 years later. We'll add the art in. But I'm not going to stress about it right now because it'll just add to scope. But yeah, we'll see. 100%. That is, if I can't tell the story with words, the art isn't going to save it. You know what I mean? At least that's how I feel. But between talking with AWOL about this library and watching you do the Return to Monkey Island, I've been like, oh man, I want to do a text game. Actually, AWOL and I were even talking about doing MUDs. Which, if you have the ability to, you should also play MUDs with us. I think that would be a lot of fun. Because it's been a long time since I've done any MUD work. No, I mean not MUD work, but MUD playing, I should say. I don't know, I'll fill out some descriptions. We're, I don't know, about an hour and a half in, so maybe another hour. Let's start at the back. Not particularly, I think, your animations and stuff. I remember watching an interview with Ron Gilbert from like the early aughts. I think this was before he started the Kid Company. Was it Humongous? What the hell is Ron Gilbert's company called? He just backed out of it or sold it. Hothead Games, that was Beep Games. Hula Bee. Yep. I think that's the one I was thinking of, Hula Bee. But long story short, he was talking about design documentation and puzzle flow and, mapping that stuff out. And I don't think there are some things that I think people recognize in Monkey Island that could be better. But all in all, it's not too Moon Logic-y. It's not a Sierra Moon Logic game. Even the first one. And I think the worst people complained about was in, I think, Monkey Island 2. You had to use the monkey as a wrench. And that doesn't translate. Monkey wrench is not a thing. Even in other English-speaking countries, it's an American phrase. It's not... It doesn't translate to German, it doesn't translate to anything else. People will be like, what are you talking about? So that stuff can be, like, don't build stuff on puns. But everything else is pretty straightforward. Even the silly stuff. I still haven't watched your part 3 yet. I gotta watch it. But part 2 of Return, where you're doing all the quid pro quo stuff with the crew, where you go up and you talk to the guy, I think, Flambe or whatever, the dude in the crow's nest, and he's like, I need baked Alaska. And you're like, okay, cool. Let me ask the chef. Or the chef's like, yeah, I'll make you baked Alaska, but I need you to do this thing. And then I think she wanted the promotion, so you had to go get the paperwork and fill out the paperwork and slide the promotion in there, because if you gave it to LeChuck directly, he would reject it. But, you know, I think that's a good example of, like, you know, you could see from the start, and they signpost really well, because the end goal, right, is to get the crew to agree to go to the island. But you need consensus from everyone. You need everyone to say yes. And, you know, it's very easy. Yeah, you got my vote if you do this thing for me, right? But then that thing might be dependent on another thing. I think you had to go get the book to give to the dude hanging off the arm. And I think that stuff isn't too bad. So as long as I'm not too wild and too moon logic-y with some of the puzzles, it should go pretty well. At least that's what I think. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I was thinking about making... I don't know, I'm kind of torn here, right? Because there's a couple technologies you would want to use for long-haul flight. From what I know, this is armchair amateur Phil, rocket scientist, right? As someone who's played a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, this is my theory. Nuclear engines are great. However, you have radiation to deal with. So I think that would be interesting to lock off, maybe have a rad leak in one of the engine bays, and they have to find... Oops. Alright. We got ads coming real quick. Alright everybody, welcome back. I'll continue my rant. So yeah, I'm still torn on whether or not we're gonna have it do. Like, I imagine there's conventional rocket motors, you know, LOX plus fuel, you know, rockets, and then either ion or nuclear, you know, for long travel. Because currently, like, estimated's like 2 to 3 years to get to Jupiter by conventional methods. So a lot can happen in that time. And, you know, depending on how much you're accelerating and when you'd have to retro burn and that sort of stuff. I'm going to take the MST 3K approach here. if you're wondering how he eats and breathes and other science facts, you know, remember, remind yourself it's just a game and you really should just relax. So I'm thinking like, I don't know. I want to say like 2130, like sometime around then. Like, because I look at something like Cyberpunk 2077, right? And you look at Flying Car. I know they have some sort of commercial space missions. They have all this stuff. We have commercial space missions now, so that's a real thing. You know, even if we get to Jupiter, it's going to be like a 3 to 4 year flight. I mean, I want it to be real. I want it to feel real, but I also want it to make sense. I mean, there's already enough. There's going to be enough crazy stuff later on, with like the eldritch horrors that you might find in the European oceans, or rogue AIs, or whatever. You know, however we decide to put a bow on the thing. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe early 2100s, I'm thinking, give or take. By the time we start sending, because all right, so this assumes a couple things, right? The way the acts are structured now is we have an orbital space station around Jupiter, which is going to be tough. I mean, that's going to take 50 years probably to get that stuff out there, build that thing, and then there's moonside settlements on Europa. So there's that whole thing. True. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to throw too much. You don't want to pull their focus away or confuse the solution at all. So I don't know. I think we'll kind of feel out and fill out those details as we go along. See what makes sense. Maybe the puzzles will drive more of the story than the other way around. But the two big mechanics I want to do is oxygen. So at some point you're going to have to. This is actually from Zach McCracken, right? Where you have to fill up your spacesuit, and if you don't, you die. The two girls die on the surface of Mars for their spring break trip. If you don't get enough oxygen quick enough. I don't want to be brutal, you know. I think I might keep that LucasArts ethos where you're like, I'm not going to kill you just for the sake of killing you. Even in Monkey Island, I think the only way you can, quote, die is when you get chucked in the bay by Shine Top. And I love how they did this in Return to Monkey Island. I think you have 8 minutes. That's how long Guybrush could hold his breath. And if you don't figure out the solution in 8 minutes, you die. That's the only way. Yep, 100%. It's easy to do. It's easy to get wrapped around the axle about some little detail that you you know, that could be presented, and you're like, oh man, they got to be used for something. Kind of a Chekhov's gun sort of situation. But you know, I think with this, it's going to be pretty obvious. Like anything you can interact with is going to be an object, kind of in the scene. Remember we were looking at. Oh no, did I close it? No, it's here. Okay. Oh, could I do a side by side? That would be sweet. Can I do that? You know, this drink vending machine. That's obviously, I think, going to be part of the puzzle. Same with the door, right? We know those are going to be there. Oop, spammers are late today. Oil-rich sonar. Bad boy. Bad bot. See, I think health, in terms of mechanics, oxygen, and sanity, I think would be cool. Somehow you have to manage your sanity. Is it Amnesia? Yeah, I think Amnesia has like a sanity meter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's probably not. Here, I'll bump this up. Maybe that'll help a little bit. This is the only problem working with text and code on the screen. It's harder with small screen form factors. But, you know, hey, if you see this soft drink vending machine here, odds are you're doing something with this. Maybe I'll have some red herrings where they can interact with something, but it actually doesn't do anything. Maybe it's just for fun. Maybe it's for a joke. Who knows? Maybe it's just for storytelling. I was thinking about putting readable data pads kind of around. There are going to be NPC characters you can interact with, talk with, fight, possibly. We'll see about fighting in a traditional sense. What I don't want to do is throw too much into this. Not yet. I will. It basically puts them on their own line. So, I know you can't really see this, but maybe you can see the highlights. Room title, room description, items, or what is called scenery. So this could be things you could look at, interact with. In this case, I have a door over here. But I do want to highlight these different colors. So the title will be one color, the room description will be another color, the items that you can interact with will be another color, and then the exit row will be another color. That's the goal. I haven't really messed with the CSS yet, just because that'll be its own day. It'll be its own kind of. All right, today we're going to do CSS. We're going to get the styling done. But yeah, I don't know. It's coming along. We're doing the thing. Well, it's the way I played. When I played MUDs, I can't remember if you were here when I brought it up, but I showed you like a screenshot of the IKEA interface. And it does the same thing. Your title's one color, your description's another color, interactable objects are their own color, and then the exits. So, like, I don't know, your title would be, I don't know, yellow. Your room text is going to be cyan. Your exits are going to be green, and maybe your interactable items are going to be a different blue, or a purple, or, I don't know, pick a color. Something that's going to contrast against the dark background, probably. And that's the reason I want to get this in dark mode as soon as I can, so hopefully we can see more of that. Because right now, if I start changing the color of this, if I make this text cyan, that's going to be a nightmare to read. Like, you can't read that. That'll be ugly. It hurts my head. Remind me of a GeoCities site. It's just painful. But yeah, anyone, if you're watching and you're interested in this, we are using QuestJS, which is a Quest 5 port. It is here. You can download it and write your own. It's all JavaScript and HTML for the front end. So it's pretty straightforward. You can get started today. No additional libraries, no licensing cost. You can host, you can wrap. Throw it on itch, throw it on textadventures.co.uk. Do whatever you want to do. This is pretty neat. Oh, shoot. And if you're here, go check out Wargame Peace. He is a good friend of the channel and a very cool person. Oh no.
Fuck you. God.
You're fine. Sorry, still coming off the Rona a little bit. I know it's been like 2 weeks, but man, this stuff lingers. That's what chat is for. That's what chat does. But all right, I've been jawing enough. I have been. I'm off today. I normally wouldn't be streaming on a Friday, but after, like, I worked all through the COVID, like nonstop. I just kept working. I took 1 hour nap when I was just like, man, I need to lay the hell down. I came back and I just kept working, running myself ragged. And eventually my manager came to me and he's like, I need you to take 3 days off. Over the next 3 weeks, take a day a week. You've earned it. Because I was putting in like 60-hour weeks for almost a month and a half. And so that's why I'm off this Friday and I'll be off next Friday as well. Yeah, he's good people. He's like, I see you. I don't want. If you get really sick, we're screwed. So go catch some rest. um, yeah. So I get a couple 3-day weekends, and I took a Tuesday off last week. God, it feels longer than that. But... For COVID, probably. I mean, there's like the antibody treatment. I'm not one to take ivermectin because I don't think it's effective. Plus, I'm not really big on taking horse medicine. No, to be honest, the best cure is just rest. Like I just laid out 2 weekends in a row. I just slept all weekend, and that's what I did. I needed rest. Is what I needed more than anything. My wife is a teacher, so she brought it home. I caught the gunk, and then I was laid low. Well, she was laid low for a week first. She took off like 4 days. And I was working 60 hours, taking care of her and the puppy and everything else while she was laid low. And then I'd eventually just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, that's it. Oof, done. But, no, I'm much better now. Like I said, just a little bit of cough left. But the headaches are gone, the fatigue's gone, all that's gone. So we got that. Let me ditch the overrides here for now. Rooms done. We're gonna create a new item for the terminal. Sports term. Actually, we'll just call this, what is the room? Z1R3, Z1R3, LS term. Let's examine. Scenery. Yeah, go get some brunch. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll be around. I I already did it. I could not wait, and I picked it up yesterday because I'm terrible at restraint and instant gratification. But yes, also you keep an eye out for your upgrade. It's really cool. It's really nice. I mean, it's the same stuff. Um, One of the things I would say is take a look. Like, it's really cool having all the announcements in the train. Like, we'll be calling on these stations. Next stop is this. Like, all the overhead announcements are, oh, beautiful. And then I got slapped with a temporary restriction that threw me into emergency last night. And I saw it. I just missed the signal. It's with the PZB and the German safety systems. But no, I really like it. So you'll get all that stuff. I'm thinking about messing with it Sunday is my goal. So either X4 or Train Sim World, maybe both. Yeah. I mean, I'm usually so focused on looking at lights and everything like that, trying to find the speed changes. That's easy. I don't know. I just forget. I'm just like focused on what the hell I'm doing most of the time, especially on the German stuff, just because it's so brutal. I haven't tried the New York or the Jersey route yet. I'm excited to mess with those. The New Jersey traction and then the upstate route. Was it Edmonton? I'm excited to mess with those. And the new German route's alright. And the Riviera line is really pretty. But I've always liked the Riviera line. I think it's gorgeous. I really do. I think it's beautiful. I had it for the original train simulator. Yes. I think there's like a week or two right at release. Uh-oh, the puppy's up. Where they will offer essentially a free upgrade to the product, and then you'll have to claim it, and it'll be in your library, and then you'll uninstall the existing one and reinstall, or install 6. It's a sizable footprint for me. It's the worst hour and a half of my life last night. For me, with all the route DLC and stuff, it's like 330 gig. It's not a small title. But yeah, just keep an eye on the store. You should see it. But don't uninstall 5 yet. Wait till you claim it. Uninstall, then install. Just in case you have to have it installed to get the upgrade. But also check out the Dovetail forums. All the details should be there. But so far so good. I really like it. The temporary delays and the faults and stuff like that are pretty cool. It makes the track feel more dynamic. Yeah, it should fill the same footprint. It should be within the same footprint relatively within a gig or two. So it's not like mine was only off. I think it was 3 additional gig, and that's probably all for the audio files. So it wasn't terrible. I just have almost all the DLC, so it's a sizable footprint. But yeah, if you're bored Sunday, we should do train streams or something. Let's see. But yeah, go get breakfast. I'll catch you later. You too. Thanks for hanging out, Wargame Peace. I'll catch you later. I'll be around. You know where I am. Oh, did this dog go to the bathroom again? Did you go pee-pee again? No? Okay. Here, I'm almost done. Then we go outside. Just baby boy. Just baby boy. Whew. Been staring at the text too long. Rue has... Z1R4 create tools. Examine scenery. Everybody, we got ads in just a couple minutes. Actually, while the ads roll in, I'm gonna take another quick break. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. I will leave you with the Oliver. As always. This good boy. This good boy Ollie. All right, we're back. Go ahead and kick off the BRB screen. We got coffee. We're good. Need dev fuel. All right. And we'll probably do the same. I think this is a container. Yep. Yep, container equals true. Oh, I just need another comma after this argument. Okay. There we go. Let another crate here. Zoom on R4. Oh, we need an alias. Yes. Tool crate. There we go. Instrument crate. This is also a container. Alias. Instrument crate. Examine. We'll kind of be generic. A sealed crate of tools featuring scenery. Instruments. Research instruments. Not freight. Crate would be good. I forgot the comma here. And then these also need to be locked. Locked. Not locked door. Where's the cryopod? Oh, that's right. I put it everywhere. That's like stupid Phil. Okay, here. Container true. Okay, that's right, because there's no lock on it. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to find out locked for that. So, okay. let's see if we haven't broken anything. That would be grand. We're going to go back to our play screen real quick. Wherever I put it. This can go with this here. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't put any of the locations in. Okay. All right. So this will be loc. Z1R3. Fool. You fool. None of these will appear. Z1R4. There we go. All right. There should be stuff here. All right. Why are you not rendering? Why you no render? That should be correct. Well, it's transparent. Oh, this definitely. Nope. Okay, so that's good. Z1R4 should be the room. Yeah, Z1R4. So they should be there. Let's take a look. There we go. Now they want to show up. Oops, that's a typo. Let's see if we can move these to their own line. There's no period there either. Well, let's just see. Let's just see what that setting says. I'd love to be able to do this. Let me see if I can do this. So if I can get this over here. Beautiful. We'll put this one over here. Beautiful. That works. I think that should give us both now. Not really? Does it not like that? I don't think it likes that. Oh, put them underneath each other? That's annoying. Okay. I'll have to set up a separate one just for game dev. Yeah, because if I make that full screen, it's fine. And then if I put it here... Okay. Yeah, we'll have to mess with it. That's frustrating. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Sorry, guys. But okay. I'll go ahead and bring this back down a little bit so we can see what the heck we're dealing with. Oh, God. I'm so sweaty. Too much coffee, probably. Alright, so it's under settings. That was like scenery on new line. We'll set this false. Bring this back in. I could just make them not scenery, which might be the better way to go. So that way they'll be like, you can see a cryopod here. You can see both these things here. Let's do that for now. We can always put them back. I wanted the examine. Okay, yep. You can see a tool crate and an instrument crate here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's definitely better. Alright, let's see what we can do about the dark mode. I still want to figure out the dark mode. I would feel better with the dark mode. Okay. We'll mess with that a little bit later. So I think it was under UI. UI main screen. Oops, I broke it. Doesn't like that at all. There we go. All right. No. Three colors, the fonts and stuff like that. Oh, the colors, not three. And it's discussed here. Okay. Supporting dark mode. Thank God. Here it is. Okay. Dark body. Each of this element that would change the color also needs to have a dark mode version. When dark body is added, it overrides the default. Text is white. The modified background color is Alice blue, but now it becomes dark blue. Okay. All headings, the game title, the game subtitle. So H4 is the location name. Titles, compass, compass button, text, status, the item entry, an item in a container. Oh, I think because these are... Okay. 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 Body for the main text. Okay. So let's mess with it. Let's see if we can get it going. All right. So body, dark body. Here we go. Dark body links, dark body command links, command link. These are all. Yeah, I don't need this. Dialogue, command bar, side panes, pane content, compass, inventory, show menu, hidden, meta, to do, meta, parser, error, debug, scrolling, miscellaneous. Alright, so where's the body text? Toolbar, loading screen, item links. Side pane. Alright, all the dark stuff should be here. I don't know why it's not firing. Unless it's in that settings file, which it could be. Because I had dark mode active equals true, so maybe it's just mad at that. Let's see. Nothing in the console. Settings. There we go. This is what I want. Dark. Unlike most settings, this can change during play. So dark mode active equals true. On dark runs when dark mode is toggled. On dark toggle. So I guess we want to dynamically update the CSS or the attributes, CSS attributes of the doc. You could do that. So let's go back. Let's go into settings. Sorry, all riveting stuff here. Settings dark mode active equals true. True. No, come on. Save. Rerun. It should be doing this. So dark body, side pane menu, background color becomes this. Yeah, this should be... Dark mode should be enabled. I don't know why it's not. Boo hiss. So I also should be able to set... Is it because it's not using... Okay, let's take a look here. So it's not here. I thought the calls would be here. Okay, here we go. Default source self, style source unsafe inline self, font source, script source, style sheet is font awesome, min CS. Okay. So we're not even using that CSS, it looks like. Boo. What is going on here? Why isn't it? So the style sheet should just be... Here. We're going to do something stupid. Oh god, what the hell is comment for this? What is comment for HTML anymore? I don't remember. Nope. Is... Okay, yep. That's right. I don't even know why I care. I have the shortcut. Okay. Href is just going to be local. So it'll be assets/css/default.css. Unless it's... Is this the style source? Here, let's get rid of this. Assets, CSS, default CSS. Oops, that broke everything. Well, not everything, but it broke the compass, that's for sure. Origin null has been blocked by cores. Okay, fun. It's here. Yeah, that'll break everything. This should bring back our compass. It does. Beautiful. I feel like there should be overrides here. I don't know why it's not. Well, we'll have to look at that another time. How are we doing on time? Well, it's about 2.5 hours. It's probably time. Yeah. We got some good work done today. We got some new items added. We start adding in the descriptions. Let's go on ahead and commit. Filled out more room descriptions. Added crates and cargo bay. What else do we add? Oh, the room template. Yeah, not my most. We could stash this change for now. No, shit. me, I don't need this change. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. Stage all, push, sync. There we go. All right. Well, we got some more stuff done there. That's pretty good. We've got... Yeah, we may want to move those scenery items onto the item line in the atrium, just like we have over here. So we got, you can see here, here's the room description. Here's the tool crate and the instrument crate. They're on their own line. I still want to get the styling fixed. But we'll mess with it. We'll figure it out. We'll get it sorted. But it's coming along. It's coming along pretty well. I'm happy with it. I am. I am flesh and blood. Hey Shadow Von Dark, how you doing? Yeah, I face revealed without much fanfare. At the pressure of some of my other streamer friends, so yeah, I'm just kind of wrapping up. I've been going for 2.5. I'm gonna go grab some lunch and maybe dig in on this a little more later. Tomorrow we got some painting, and then Sunday we're either gonna do the new X4 diplomacy update or Train Sim World 6. No, it wasn't bad. Like, yeah, I think it's fair. Everyone's like, oh, cool. Hey, he's got a face now. Now, you know what? It's fine. Because the other thing is with all the sim racing and stuff, I wanted people to be able to see me in, like, actually driving. You know, it's come to my house yet, so... Yeah, it'll be fun. Have you checked it out yet? Because I have not. I have not. This will be first time. I'm excited to play with it a little bit. And I picked up the other new paid expansion for the whatever the new ship is. What? Why are the Terrans at war with the Envoy? That's the one with the cool morphing features. Well, I really liked the last ship they gave us. Even though the quest was a little meh, like I didn't really care about the quest line, but the ship was really nice. And this one looks really cool, especially with all the interior stuff you could walk around, which is kind of a welcome change, especially after playing a bunch of No Man's Sky recently with the Corvette update. Uh-oh. I don't think by default they are. Oh, I wonder if it's... Yeah, I don't know. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, sorry. It didn't even give me a chance to offset him. I wasn't paying attention. Come on, ads. Wrap up. There we go. Now we should be back. Oh no. Alright. Not looking at work emails, I promise. I'm off today. I promise. Not looking. But yeah, I'm excited to play with it. I think I have to pick up. I don't know. I might do a brand new start. We'll see. I still had like a relatively new start already in play. Like I did a custom start where I was an Argon allied with the Boron. Just because I love the Boron ships, I think they're the coolest thing. I'm a space quid lover. I think I maybe 10 hours in that playthrough. Like I just started throwing down some stations. I just got the player HQ. I got to start messing with it a little more. So it'd be fun to add the diplomacy module and really kind of mess with that. I wanted to put I didn't want to wait 10 hours to get to that point, so I'm just probably going to continue on, provided that save is compatible. I think they said it is, but I'll mess with it and I'll see. If not, we'll just start over and we'll give ourselves some things and we'll start in Argon space and it'll be easy enough to find it. Cool. All right. Yes. Then we're good. Yeah, that first 10 hours could be brutal. Perfect. And I'll have to kick everything back over because I started a new Inner Worlds playthrough when I was getting bored of the vanilla game, so I have to reset up the vanilla game to get all that stuff back in there. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to mess with. But we got some shout outs. Everyone, if you don't know Shadow Van Dark, give him a follow. Is it hiding it again? No, okay.
Just stay there. Whoa! Sanchez, thank you so much for the tip. Much appreciated. You are just about to witness one of the most amazing little things ever done by man.
It just pulls them. I forget where it pulls them from. And not to shout out our lurkers too bad, because I know they're going to be mad at me, but... We've got Samo in chat.
Who set my bumblebee on fire?
And we also have... See, I did tip you. And we have Benny. I've got the coolest people in my chat. I love you guys.
You don't owe me a thing.
Now I'm having a real hard time believing that. I'll tell you what, give me some time and I'll think of something I can do to repay you. I'm not a rich girl, but I'm sure we can agree on something. After all, what are friends for?
think Shadow's been doing some X4. Samo, last I saw them, they were doing like indie discovery stuff. They were looking at some demos. And Benny's been playing Hollow Knight. So, yeah, we got lots of fun stuff going on. I do thank you all for hanging out today. We should be back tomorrow with a painting stream probably in the morning. And then we'll go mess around from there. We'll see how that goes. Let's see who's out and about here. I could send you guys to... I'm not going to be that mean to you. Make you go watch Train Sim. Maybe I will. Maybe I will send you out to Train Sim. Oh, anytime, Samo. You're the best. Yeah, that's the problem with the phone. It's hard to read the text. I tried to bump it up for Wargame Peace earlier, but yeah, it's hard to read on the tiny screen. But also, you have me on Discord, Samu. So if you want to look at the repository, if you want to look at the code, I'll add you to it. I got it all on a private GitHub, so just ping me and I'll add you to it. You know what? Yeah, I am going to send you guys over to Train Sim World Officials so we can watch some train stuff while I eat lunch. And like I said, tomorrow we'll be back with some painting. We got some more Sector Alex stuff going on. I still have this. I might start the Porsche. But we have been doing a lot of the Sector Alex, which I need to get painted. But it's coming along. It's coming along pretty well. Got this a little 15 mil cloud fleet going on. So these guys are coming along pretty well. But you are all good. I was just saying I have it in a GitHub repo. So if you want to take a look at the code, I can definitely give you access to it. It's pretty straightforward. I can give you the link to the documentation. But I'm around. So tomorrow, painting. Sunday, probably X4 or Train Sim World 6, which was just released yesterday. Yesterday midday. So I'll probably... I don't know, we'll see. Maybe tonight I'll do Train Sim World 6. And you guys can watch me try to beat Deutsche Bahn. In efficiency, probably not, but we'll see. And then Sunday we can do X4, so we can get all that sorted. Once again, thank you all for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. Thanks for looking at me nightmare text, all these things. But we did get some... What are you doing, Samu? Oh no. Covered it. There we go. Yay, sub notifications work. But thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Samu, you're the best. But thank you all. Ollie is asleep, but he also says thank you. There's a little squirt. Well, I do appreciate it. Not necessary, but I appreciate it. Yeah, he finally calmed down. He finally calmed down enough and gave me time to relax. So yeah, we'll go watch some train stuff. But go check out each other. Go check out Benny. Go check out Samu. Go check out Shadow Von Dark. Go check out Wargame Peace. If you're not doing all that stuff already, go see them. And we're going to go watch some train driving. The official Dovetail Train Sim World channel. I think Matt is on today. Matt Pedalston. So yeah, we'll go see him. And I will see you all shortly. Raid message time. And I will see you guys, I don't know, maybe tonight. I might be down tonight. And if not, I will definitely see you tomorrow for painting. So, everybody, have a good rest of your Friday. Hopefully it's satisfying. And we'll go watch some train brooms. Oh no, it looks like we're in Riviera. This looks like HST on the Riviera line, but no Deutsche Bahn today. And we're going to raid those guys if it wants to do the thing. Start the raid. Here we go. All right, everybody. Happy Friday. Yeah, Riviera line with HST. This is such a pretty route. I am so excited for it. But I'll see you over there. Remember, use the raid message. Bye.